Hello everyone, I'm Epic Golden Freddy, and welcome to the Casual Corner podcast, which to me already doesn't make any fucking sense. But today we'll be trying out the first episode with a friend of mine, Skylight Awakens. Howdy, sir.
That's good.
Bruh. I don't know. We'll be talking about random stuff for like an hour, and then probably just wrap it up from there, just to see if this can even work, because we already went through a testing recording of this last Thursday, but it backfired because my OBS cannot work properly and Sky's computer blew up.
It did the stupid.
So it basically just brain farted. So yeah, you can explain that from there.
Pretty much my icon that I use for Discord, for some of y'all that watch my channel, y'all already know what my PC does.
Oh yeah, Christmas. This is off to a weird start. Fuck. English brain, fuck! I can tell I'm gonna need to trim a lot of this off the bat. But do you have any plans for Christmas or stuff that you want to get for Christmas?
I'm not picky when it comes to Christmas, but my grandmother's birthday was today. Her name was Nanny. So tomorrow she's doing something.
Speaking the granny from Granny Simulator?
No, not her. We know how that turned out, but I will say, Friday they're doing something, and then this Saturday I'm going to a Christmas ugly sweater party with families and relatives. Excuse me. Now, as far as Christmas, I do not know. I'm not picky at all. I don't really have a preference of what I would want.
But if you had a general idea, what would it be? Like probably like better lighting or any game?
Probably
Really?
Cologne, I'd say. Cologne would probably be the best outcome.
Well, I already have my Christmas list already figured out, because I'm going something a bit different. Normally I would just go for what is it? Yeah, normally I would just go for like a game or some type of clothing, really. But this time I'm gonna go for Mario Party Superstars if possible, and two pieces of merch from two of my favorite artists that I mix with. That being two posters from one artist and physical and like a hat and a shirt from another artist.
Right.
Just so that way, in case I ever do record anything on my webcam again, I have something to to represent both artists really and show my support really.
Favorite kind of music?
Oh fuck. Mainly ambient, or basically just ambient music, rap, electro swing, and rap. I think those are probably the main genres I'm used to listening, because even though I've mixed music for 4 years now, I have no honest clue on what genres are at this point still.
Right.
Even then, it's kind of vague, so it's kind of hard for me to figure that out.
It sounds pretty good. For me, I have a weird variety. My playlist is always confused, especially on YouTube. But I'm mainly into gospel and, of course, rap. Hip-hop is okay, and pop music I like. Electronic, like rave, dubstep. But I have to be mindful of the lyrics, so that way I know what I'm feeding myself, like, eternally, because I don't want to listen to a bunch of stuff that's misleading, the things I wouldn't normally say or do. And if that's always running on my mind, then I'm going to be that confused, so. But, oh, I shut the webcam.
Alright, there goes my world now. See ya.
Didn't mean to do that, but long story short, am I leaving any genre out? Let's see.
I already know you would probably leave gospel like genre out.
No, I didn't leave that part out.
Okay, not crap. I can't even think of what your music would be. Frick.
No, I believe I said everything. I believe that's all of them.
If I had like any type of like music that I would use a bit more often of, it'd probably be a retro swing. Well, the problem being is that like I don't know how that fully works and how you would like make it, because I already have a friend of mine who's made electro swing remixes before, and trying to mix with that is slightly confusing because again it's an entire swing motion. I'm not used to that at all. But it's still something, so there's not much to go off of that, really.
Trap is pretty good.
Oh gosh, I get tired of trap immediately.
It depends on. I would say like EDM trap would be good. It's like electric. I think it's down. The definition is probably electronic dubstep mashup, but then there's like a trap mix to it. As far as like their beat, that I can go with.
Yeah.
But lyrics with trap, it kind of ruins it for me.
I kind of get tired of trap because back then when I was still young, or yeah, when I was still in my childhood, trap was kind of annoying to hear because you would hear constant repeating like stuff that they would do just to keep the trap remix in the title.
Right.
But generally for me, it's just kind of annoying to like listen to something that's still cool, but at the same time, what just kind of loses meaning already once you hear it repeat like 3 times. But majorly, I'm just not a trap fan anymore. No offense to anyone who listens to trap at all. If you could live in any like movie world, which one would it be? Like say if you were able to live in Inside Out or something on the lines of the Boondocks.
I don't want to go there.
This was sort of examples.
I know, but I'm just saying Boondocks would not be the one I want to stay in because oh my gosh, I do not want to see Uncle Ruckus. I'd probably box him, but
is that a full bottle of shampoo?
Shampoo? What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
The
granddad thing, yeah, the TSA.
Yeah, the one thing he keeps sending often. A full bottle of shampoo.
Exactly. It's like, come here.
Is that a full-size shampoo bottle?
That meme had me cracking up. But, let's see. A movie. That's a really good one. So I gotta remember the plots to them too, and the morals and the outcomes that come with it. So
yeah, as long as the world's not blowing up, you're fine.
Exactly, that part. Can't really think of one in particular. Cause I'm more of an action adventure type of guy. I don't know.
Start living in Die Hard.
Oh gosh, I thought you were gonna say Percy Jackson. I was about to say, I don't know about that one.
About that.
I don't know. I guess the X-Men.
Ooh.
Guess I go with the X-Men.
You probably. Okay, I could probably see why. But I'd have to go with either. If I had to choose one, it'd probably be Pixels or Ghostbusters.
Pixels had that one line that had me cracking up. He said, "Are we gonna be military men or are we cast members of Magic Mike?" I was like, okay. I was like, the way he delivered that script, didn't laugh, and was still serious. I would have failed that like 16 times before I could actually nail it. I don't know how many attempts it took.
Why so serious? I made choose Pixels because just imagine you're just loving life and you just see this 8-bit like balloon fighter just flying across highway. That'd be quite weird, but as long as no one's blowing up anything, I'm fine.
Or dang Pac-Man going down the streets of Harlem in New York.
And even through a parking lot. Rip.
Right.
But no, I think generally the Pixels world would be quite unique to live in, but just minus the whole taking over the world thing.
Right.
Because sure, it's like hated on, or at least some people hate the movie, But again, it's a concept that did well, but had the execution like sloppy a bit. And I explored an underrated spectrum instead of just being like, all right, it's a trash movie, fuck you, I'm going to sleep now. What game would you want to be trapped in and would try to escape it? What kind of like Jumanji almost?
Trying to think. A game that I had to be trapped in, but beating the game would help me escape.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick one that will shoot. Do I have this ability? If I die, do I come back to try again?
No, you have one life.
Whew. Oh.
Time to bring the suck of the hard difficulty immediately.
Right, so I'm on survival mode. Well, I'm on hardcore mode for Minecraft, pretty much. Well, crap, I can't say that game because that one doesn't end. You just keep going up in levels and get better. I'm trying to pick a game that I know for a fact I wouldn't be killed in.
Until Dawn.
No, you can die in Until Dawn. And here's the thing, I'd be my own character. It's not like I could I would be going off script. And everybody else would just default as an NPC waiting for me to go through with the plot. So I'd have to make sure.
The only two I would ever see you being in would probably be either Bully or Luigi's Mansion 3.
You know, those aren't bad options.
Because really Bully is just a GTA, but in a school academy almost.
Right.
And Luigi's Mansion, you're just sucking up ghosts in a giant motel at this point.
Right. And there is an ending for that.
Yeah. But Bully, I would assume, like, if you beat the game of just, well, overthrowing that one guy, I already forgot his name. By that point, you would just wake up in the real world after that words.
His name was Gary Smith. I'm trying to think.
My name is Gary's Mod.
I don't really know, Golden. I really don't. I had one, but then it slipped my mind when you started, speaking about Bully. I was like, oh shit.
Just to stick to my own roots here, I'd probably go with either Security Breach, or just why it's a phrase, Security Breach, because you're just stuck in a mall, or no, a giant park, or I keep forgetting the plot. Frick.
The Pizzaplex.
Yes, thank you. You're just stuck in a giant Pizzaplex, which is just a giant ass mall.
And you can't get caught.
Yeah, that would be quite hard to go through. Or even Smash Bros. Brawl with the South Space Emissary. Because, like, all you're trying to do is just trying to, like, destroy whatever it's causing this world to go completely nuts and causing black holes to appear out of nowhere. I'd be quite fine trying to survive through any of that, really. As long as I have my own weapon, I'm fine with that, really. But either one, I'm fine with dealing with. One might be painful than the other, but meh, those are my game choices. So that's that, I guess.
There's a dog barking somewhere.
What the dog doing?
Barking for some reason. Dog probably barking at airplanes for all I care. Favorite food?
Oh, damn it.
Like piecing a meal. Like your beverage preference, then your meal choice, and then your dessert.
That'd probably be either mac and cheese, considering I know how to make it off the bat, and I can mix other foods with it, as long as it's not disgusting, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, it'd probably just be mac and cheese and or any type of Domino's pizza.
Okay.
I'd probably go with Domino's pizza for that because, like, I've had a custom pizza thing before of, like, barbecue sauce as a sauce, bacon, and, like, maybe just a meat lovers thing, but just with barbecue sauce instead of actual tomato sauce.
You know, Golden, that's a really good food option, but I said, what about the drink? And then you pulled up pizza again. So it's the drink pizza?
Oh, no. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it.
Because I was like, okay. Food.
Oh, my God.
All right. Despiting the food, now pick a drink and then pick a dessert.
All right, fine then. Easy for a drink, root beer.
Nice.
I am never drinking alcohol in my life. There's no use case of drinking it.
It's
Sorry.
nasty.
And oh yeah, same thing in diet. Same thing. The Pepsi. I will literally drop kick that thing to the nearest dumpster. That is trash.
What's wrong with Pepsi?
It tasted awful when I first had it in middle school.
Was it like, was there no flavor? Was it more carbon than flavor, or was it too sweet?
It wasn't sweet at all.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
I'm not a Pepsi fan. I'm just running that out there.
I will say between Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, and Pepsi, I believe Dr. Pepper is sweeter than the other two. Coca-Cola is like your balance, and Pepsi's more of like it's less sweet than both of them combined. That's the only texture taste I can tell as far as difference.
Well, then I would have gone with root beer or Coca-Cola, because at least Coke I can actually handle.
Right.
And I will bring up a funny story probably after this food thing.
Okay.
But you said it was now desserts?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, a Reese's ice cream cake.
Oh my goodness. You're about to set up a plate for a coma. Like, I promise you, that food will put you to sleep.
You didn't realize, I'm only saying that because when we first got it for my birthday, I didn't even eat all of it. It just melted.
Oh no. So you had soap for your...
Yeah, here's what happened. What happened was we had like 3 slices of it because my roommate was there at the time.
Right.
And then we put it in the freezer. The problem was the freezer in the garage did not shut its door all the way and just kept leaking air. So whenever I opened it again, all the cake would just went to the top left corner.
Oh gosh. That thing was making a slide.
Yeah, and so after 3 days later, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'll just eat the rest of it.
That's as bad as using a cutting board for frozen pizza in the oven.
That's the problem though, but I was not able to get the ice cream out of the box, so I really tore open the top half of it and just ate the rest of it with a fork.
Yeah, at least it went to some good use. It wasn't a complete waste.
Yeah, it did, and afterwards I just kind of rinsed it out and then threw it in the garbage bin.
Mm-hmm. I know that was a mess to clean.
Yeah, no, I'd rather just have an actual ice cream cake instead of just leaving it melted.
Right. I don't know, for me, now that I think about it, I'm more of like a comfort food type of guy if I were to do like a type of meal. So, now I don't drink, but I'll take virgin drinks with no alcohol in it. And it's like the fruit juices that they use to mix with the alcohol, or their mixers in particular. That's what they pretty much do. Long story short, I would go with, I would say like a nice like marinated cube steak with like mac and cheese and then steamed broccoli and mashed potatoes. Ooh. That would just be the food plate. Then I would say there's this one drink. My sister picked it up. I'm gonna have to find it. She literally found this at a Food Lion, and they have a company. I forgot their name, but it starts with an H. I had this the other day with my supper, and oh my god, it was incredible.
Do you have Hasbro's?
Well, hold on, my phone's dying. Because I forgot to charge it this morning. But it's called Hennet. And it's a non-alcoholic wine. It's very expensive to make, and it's a lot to process. But there was no alcohol in it. It was like fresh wine that was not even having any percent of alcohol in it. I even read the instructions. It said 100% juice. Which, it's funny, because back in the 1800s, juice that we drink today, it actually was called wine back then. They just gave it a different name. Society changed the name of it. But now... they've been had it, but now they have like some actual wine that won't turn into alcohol unless you like obviously let it ferment. But this was it right here.
Oh,
trying to let it. There we go. I was about to say it's not focusing, but that stuff, I kid you not, I shared that with my mother, and we did a toast, and I said, "To God be the glory, and to the many great things in life." She said, "That's a good one." We both took a sip. My mom, she used to drink, but when she got saved, she stopped drinking completely. So when we both took a sip, we were both like, "Oh my god!" And then we were like, "Yo, that tastes so well. And then my mom, who knows what alcohol tastes like and wine tastes like the alcohol version and the non-alcohol version, she said, this complements every drink I ever had in my life. I said, it's so, I was like, I don't know, it makes you feel relaxed. Like, that juice was just really good. And then my sister, funny story, one of my older sisters said, you weren't supposed to open that, you big back. And I was like, mom said we can do it. She said she knew better. She was like, let me get a sip.
Are you kidding me?
Boy, Golden, I tell you, those 2 bottles only lasted 1 day. And then I was on the, I kid you not, I went to Food Line, I went to Target. This whole week, I have been searching those wine sections for that same non-alcoholic wine, and I couldn't find it, just to find out it comes from a company that third parties it to other stores. And most of the time, it's not in that store because people buy it out. So I had to pre-order it to come to my house. It's like $8. Some of them are like 12. So I was like, yeah, it's expensive because, I mean, it's not cheap to make. So, but it's worth it. I'm like, dude, that just, it's like an upgraded version of sparkling grape juice. I love it. And then, now, as far as my dessert, let's see. I'm a big dessert fan, so I'm also standard too. I don't mind like an ice cream sundae because I love ice cream. Ooh. Or a nice pie, and it doesn't matter which one. Or a nice pie. Well, not pecan because I don't like nuts.
You don't like these nuts?
Shut up.
All right, I knew it was coming.
You let that happen. I'm sorry.
Dude, no, dude, yes.
You just let me just waltz that joke right in, but okay.
Oh,
and also, I'm just not realizing I could have said ginger ale.
You can have that too. I mean, ginger ale is healthy. I saw.
Yeah, like,
oh, go ahead.
Because like now that I'm actually hearing this concept correctly, if I had to play with those 3 things that you mentioned, it'd probably be either mac and cheese, mashed potatoes with gravy, pizza, or some type of like broccoli or some type of green. Just so I don't get blocked out for not eating my greens. I'm leaving you alone.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard YouTube, not a YouTube. He does YouTube, but he's mainly on like TikTok and Instagram. But he's a stand-up comedian. He goes by Christian John. But he said this. He said, if you don't know, ginger ale is like medicine for black people. He's like, it's a drink medicine for black people. I was like, not gonna lie, because anytime our stomachs hurt, we default to ginger ale because it's a detoxer. And when you drink it, and if your stomach's fine afterwards, you're like, well, maybe you just had the burp or you had bad gas. But if your stomach's still acting up, you might need some Pepto. But that's another medicine we default to. Pepto and ginger ale, like over-the-counter medicine is probably the best medicine before you decide you really need to go to the hospital.
Okay, the second thing would probably be for drinks. It would probably be either oh, my brain almost defaulted to Mountain Dew. Whoops. I was gonna go with either root beer or some type of ginger ale, really. Because like I would go with Coca-Cola, but I am not that caffeine type of guy at all. So right. I'd better just stick with sodas from now on.
Yeah.
That or Sprite. Just give me Sprite, root beer, or ginger ale, and I'll be fine. And then for desserts, it'd probably be either a it'd be any type of flavored ice cream or any type of ice cream flavored cake.
Can't go wrong with it. Ice cream cake just tastes different, especially on a hot day. It's like you want to eat slow because you want to savor it, but you're also fighting yourself not to eat fast because it's too good.
Yeah, and then also a brain freeze if possible.
Oh yeah, definitely that.
Brain freeze!
I'm one of the rare people that can bite into ice cream. Now, sinking your teeth in there and just sitting there holding the ice cream, I don't do that. I could, but I don't, because over time that's just gonna make your teeth sensitive. So
yeah, I can probably understand that.
I started putting ice cream in a bowl because it looks weird if I try to eat an ice cream cone. So I started putting it in a bowl. I was like, how the heck am I got older and I was like, when I was eating ice cream, that's what made me start eating it in a bowl instead of an ice cream cone, because you get more. But number 2, I was like, I can't eat the ice cream cone normal, because if I do, I would have to bite it just so that way it looks like normal for me. It feels normal for me. But I kid you not, Golden, like if I were to try to eat an ice cream cone, it makes a certain shape, and I don't like the look of that. So...
You don't want to look normal in front of your own family? Wow.
My brain defaults to something else. I'm like, this looks like something and I don't like it. And then, if you got dirty-minded siblings, like I do, they're gonna give me that look like, They're not gonna say nothing, but they're gonna be like, you know, dude, that's gonna be bad. I'd be like, no. That's what made me start putting it in a bowl. Because I was like,
And this is worse than the apocalypse.
Who knows who else thought about that? And I'm like, I don't want to be eating ice cream on a normal day, and then I get photoshopped by paparazzi, and then they're just memeing the freak out. I don't want to be known for that. So,
I actually just imagine, like, you eat ice cream, you eat like a freaking ice cream cone normally, and then like your parents walk into the room and they're like, "Hey, where's Skylight? Oh, above the ceiling. This ice cream made me go upside down. I'm sorry." Wait, why is everything falling back again? Well, no. Well, I can already name one off the bat, which ties back to the Coca-Cola thing. So, I was at a high school just going through a normal computer lab class. And we were just waiting for class to start. Everyone was just taking their time and whatnot. And then a kid right next to me was gonna be like, "Hey, I'm gonna go grab some drinks. Do you want anything?" And I'm like, sure. I don't really know what I don't know which one, because I don't really drink during classes. But then, like, minutes later, he comes back and hands me a Coca-Cola, and I'm like, okay, I never tried this before. And I swear, I open the Coca-Cola up, I drink it, and the entire fucking classroom is looking at me, including the teacher. They're like, what? Did I commit a crime? What did I do? And the teacher's like, well, we just wanted to see how Coca-Cola's like to you. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like,
Do you do this to every student?
I'm sorry, but I just feel freaking anxiety from everybody. I'm sorry, but like, I never had this before, and nor would I want to. But like, damn, give me some space.
the one thing I said in school that had everyone look at me, and I literally looked like my profile photo that I have on Discord. I believe we were naming states. And you know, we got points for doing it because we're young, and then we're trying to like learn about America. So somebody was like, New York, someone said California, oh, Tennessee. And then, you know, they just kept going from there. And then we froze because we learned all of them. The best way that helped me was I memorized the 13 colonies. It's like the 13 states that came and allied for like civil wars. So those were my go-tos. But then once the icebreakers hit, we got onto some of those states that we know of, but we don't really say them that much. So my teacher was smiling. It's like, all right, if y'all don't name another one, you get eliminated. And then he marked our high score. So Gabriel got one. He said, oh, I got one, turkey. My stupid tail yells, that's a food. And then I froze. And I realized what I just said without thinking.
Pretend like you're asleep.
Everyone turned and said, no. Even the teacher was like, the teacher had a stack of papers. Hold on, I'm gonna demonstrate. He literally went like this. He was like, I was like, everyone started laughing. He started laughing. I was like, y'all just ignore me. I'm gonna just be back here. Mentally, I was like, I know it's terrible when the teacher drops the papers and looks at me like, are you serious? I felt like I was in Steve Harvey saying, good answer.
Good answer. Wait, what?
The answer was terrible.
Damn. I want that reaction to happen to me at least once besides that Coke incident. I just want it to happen so badly. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I was able to kick down a door once.
You kicked down a door?
Okay, let me explain. Yeah, this is still taking place in the same high school as that Coke story, because these two stores are in that time period, because those are the most recent ones I remember. But bottom line was that I was hanging out with a friend, and we were on our way to leaving the school. It was at the end of the day anyway. Right. So we decided to walk down the first floor of the school, because there's like 3 floors to this thing. There's the bottom floor that leads to the parking lot. There's the second floor that leads towards the main entrance to the school. And then there's a third one that leads to like the roof and whatnot.
Gotcha.
But bottom line is that like we were walking through the downwards one, considering in fact there's a stairwell that goes up and towards the buses that ought to go and drive people off. So we reached this double doorway and we're both walking through, and normally my phone would just open, and normally with just trying to push it and it'll just open there. But just for the sake of me being funny, I decided to open the first door normally and then kick down the freaking second door just to act cool and whatnot. But the problem was that like I kicked it so hard that like the mechanism to slowly closing it from the inside broke off, and I had no clue it did. But here's a good carry out for this. After I did that, my friend was like, "Did you just do that?" And I'm like, "What? What did I just do?" I was just doing it just because I was lazy. And then like we both ignored it afterwards and kept walking our day. The next day, I go back to that same area, passing by to go to another classroom. I see someone trying to like work on the door and try to replace it. So I basically just kicked down a door and got away from it for free. I'm not doing that ever again, unless I'm being held hostage.
Bet to the guy
likely in my time.
Bet to the guy replaced the door was like, "Who did this crap? Like, who was mad?"
I wish I was that mad to actually do that. I wasn't doing it out of pure anger. Again, I was just doing it because I just wanted to be different. Okay, apart from the one time I actually managed to crack glass before.
Like with your bare hands?
No, with my feet.
I did that with a cup.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this story short because I don't really want to explain as much. But bottom line is that like, I was a kid just going through church. Because at the time I hated church because I get I'm Christian, but like I just seemed to like kind of pointless just go there. By the time you can't leave your child at home because that ain't gonna work. It would just get mushy and tired. But bottom line was that like I didn't want to go to primary, so I was complaining to the point where I was arguing with my mom, and then I got so mad to the point where I actually like cracked the like window that faced outside with my foot. And then right afterwards, I left in anger. I had to sit in the hall and wait until a bishop came over, and she was like, "All right, I'm sorry for the damages," and handed up some like $20 bill or something. I know I'm not gonna do that again unless I'm being held hostage. But outside of that is how much my limit of being mad it can get to.
Me, I was playing a game called Naruto Ultimate Ninja, and I got so excited about this combo I did, and I jumped up and I was like, "Whoa!" I was barefoot. I stepped on the cup I was drinking on, and it shattered. And I quickly lifted my feet up, and I looked. There was not a... Thank God that God is just good. I literally looked. There was not a piece of glass in my foot. And I quickly went to tell my dad, like, what happened. And then he quickly checked my foot, and I was like, no, there's no glass. I was like, but the cup. He's like, I don't care about the cup. Just clean it up. He's like, I'm just glad you don't need stitches. I was like, stitches? They're like, yeah. If you had glass in your foot, they would have cut it open, and then they would have gave you stitches. I was like, would they put me to sleep? He was like, no. I was like, I freaked out. But thankfully, I didn't have to deal with that. I was like, I'm glad I had some strong skin, because I bruised like a banana. I was lucky that time.
I had no honest clue that you can just break glass just by going like, yippee, and then like break it out of nowhere. Like, did I summon a magic trick? Why?
Right, I literally landed on the cup, and I'm just shocked that all the glass flattened to where I didn't stab myself, which I was thankful, but still, I was like, oh my sweet Jesus. And I jumped up so quick, I was like, oh my gosh. But thankfully, there's nothing.
You know it would be more messed up if your dad went over to check your foot, but it was like, no, the cup! It's at the table. He's like, don't worry, son, you're fine about it. The cup! No!
I'd be like, that's your concern? The cup? That cost $5 at the dang Family Dollar.
Graduations, you suck. Would you ever want to cosplay if given the chance?
I've done it before, and I was actually a android from Detroit Become Human. The only thing I didn't do was input the contacts. But I slicked my hair backwards, and I put it in a man bun, and of course I had it wavy at the top. But I dressed exactly like Marcus when he first was introduced into the game. And I just picked some random pair of pants The pants said Vertical Youth on it because that came from a church. Now I just put on like some J's and I was just like, yep, here's my character. But at night, I went to a Halloween party. So I had like these wristbands on. I had them on I put one on my head and then I put them on my wrist. So I literally turned them on. They flickered. Actually, I have them still.
You still have them?
Yeah, in case if I want to do it again. The costume was nice, man. It was one of those costumes I just wanted to keep. It's like one of those I didn't want to lose. So, for example, I still have the other ones to where I could get them like non-visible to visible. It's just based off of my preference. I pretty much did something like this. Hold on, let me put it on. Let me just show you one.
It just looks like you're about to pull on like a Nintendo Switch gadget. Your arms are now the Joy-Con.
So pretty much it was like this. So it would light up all the way, as you can see.
Ooh.
But if I wanted a couple of flickers, let me push the button. I gotta find it. I can do simple flick, and then I can keep it solid. People normally wear these when they're going jogging at night, and they're light up so that way people can see like there's something moving. That way they're not gonna hit them. Because some people jog at night in the city, which I think is the worst time to do a jog because you don't know what comes out at night. But to each their own. Some people don't like being watched during the day. But I still think going at night is 10 times worse because there's creepers in the shadows.
To be fair, I'd rather just jog around the evening. So at least by then you have some daylight, but once you're at the end of it, then it starts getting night, so then you would want to go home.
Right.
But no. I already cosplayed once, but never shared it. I dressed up as Dipper Pines for Halloween.
Yes! Okay, we agree on something here.
Oh,
Which suited me well, because I have the cap, the vest, and the journal. The problem was I have no orange shirt. So I just dressed up as a white I dressed in a white plain shirt, and I decided to surprise some trick-or-treaters with white costume.
There was another one I did. I was a Akatsuki member from Naruto, but what I did was I could have did the Rinnegan and the Mangekyo Sharingan to represent the Sage of Six Paths, but I didn't feel comfortable putting the whole contact in because they had the contact to where it covered the pupil, and then they had the one that covered the entire eye. That's the one that Sasuke had. I was thinking about going for that, but I was like, I don't know, because contacts can get stuck, and they aren't prescribed. They're just for, decoration. It's like a one-time use. So I didn't want to, do that. But I know how to put in contacts well. It's not difficult at all. The only thing that's annoying about contacts is when you put one in and then there's an eyelash under the contact. You gotta take it out. So what I did was, after I got the contacts, I rinsed them off with water because, you don't want that solution in your eye. So I rinsed it off with water. Then I, put them in. But I had the Mangekyo one, so it's the one when Sasuke were to summon, the Inferno. That's the one he used. So I put those in. The headband didn't look right on my head. So even though my hair was curly at the time, I put it around my neck. And I just wore the cloak. And I had, these sports underwear to wear, athletes wear them during the winter. But they were long and they were black. On the side of it said Nike. But I put shorts on. And that represented, the little, I guess, leggings that they wore in Naruto. And then
Makes sense.
I didn't have the shoes. They wouldn't come in on time, so I just put on, some Jordans. And
What are those?
but I represented. Everybody was like, dang. I remember I went to a costume party, and people got quiet, and they're like, and somebody said, Itachi! And I looked, and he was like, we started laughing! I was like, I'm glad. And then everyone there was just laughing, because we were all, 18 and up. It was I don't know how to describe. It was a costume party, but it was I think the age range, adult-like. But it was funny because I didn't know just about everyone there, but I saw some people come later that I didn't know, and we chilled. But it was cool that even though I walked in, I felt embarrassed because I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting stared at. But then when I found out I had respect, I was like, all right, we all cool.
We all cool over here, right? Slowly pulls out the knife.
But man, that thing was cool. It was epic.
If I had the cosplay again, I'd probably be either the 11th Doctor Who or the 10th one. or Aiden Pierce from Watch Dogs.
Oh, nice.
Because like I know you can buy the costume of Aiden Pierce online. It's just kind of expensive.
If you want all the real material of it.
Yeah, but generally that's like a dream costume I want to wear. Because like I've already beaten the first game before. I just haven't gotten used to playing it again. But I just generally like his character because he's kind of ominous for a reason.
Right.
And I feel like he's kind of underrated, just minus the fact that like he was, I don't know how he was in the DLC for Legion or some other Watch Dogs game, but all I know is that he was a part of a DLC and they did him a bit dirty. What would be your dream cosplay outside of the 2D you've mentioned already?
To be honest, it's kind of hard for me to do a certain cosplay. I'm gonna refresh my nope, there we go. It's kind of hard for me to do like or think of like a certain cosplay I want specifically since I already did it. But if I can pick another one,
Fury for you.
If I can pick another one, I dress up like an average rave guy, because I've seen like people go to a rave and they have like this. They're so expensive. They have onesies, but they have the hoodies and the matching pants with it. But it's like it's one of those things that you wear. For example, my sister, she got me this. She got me this. It's like a Naruto hoodie. It's got the hidden leaf symbol on it. Let me do this, and then on the back of it, it's got Kumura and it's got Naruto at the same time. But when there's enough light, it absorbs like sunlight. So when there's enough light, this happens. It glows.
Oh my gosh.
Right. It's supposed to give like an aquamarine color, but it was in the shadow for a little bit. But, you know, it started, you could see like it was slowly processing.
Yeah, it slowly was.
But they had one to where it was like half of the hoodie was like covered in that. Not that design, but just some type of galaxy attire. And they had the stars and everything. And then they had that on the pants. That's something I would wear. Like, I think that outfit alone was like almost 200. But it was sick in the dark. And I was like, I would wear that with some like wristbands on that glow that match the color. And I was like, that's something I would rock to like any like techno place. Because I would be dressed for the occasion. And it came with a hoodie. I was like, yes. The hoodie was even designed nice. They had masks if you wanted to piece it. I was like, nah, that's doing too much. I was like, if I'm trying to talk to somebody there and I think she's pretty, like, I want them to see my face. I'm not going to hide it with a mask. They're not going to know. It's like a no face, no case. They're not going to know what I look like.
I imagine you like open the mask. It's just a Mario PNG if I'm stupid.
And you stand before me this day to be joined in marriage to this woman who stands by your side?
Hang on.
I don't know how quick she would turn around, but I know she would do a quick 180.
Sees you, sees that face. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
You just see the guy breakdancing. Because that's what I do when I go to parties. I breakdance. I know a little bit of crump, but I know how to actually breakdance. A lot of people, like, when they watch me, they're like, well, why don't you break down? I'm like, this room is tiny. I ain't got no room. All I can do is a pop block in a chair. If I stand up, I'm too tall for the camera. I'd have to adjust it, but you can't see the footwork, and you can't see my body movement with it. So it's kind of hard to show you the dance moves I do. And it depends on the beat and the rhythm. But that's what I'm saying. Imagine I'm breakdancing out there, and then I have on my mask, and a girl sees me. And then when I go talk to him, like you said, the scenario, you just see that. You just see that. Just the I'm stupid face.
Like,
I bet you she leave.
Doing, lady?
She'd probably be like,
Bye, have a great time.
just going.
If I had to go with any like dream cosplaying thing outside of the two I mentioned, it'd probably be like it'd probably be like the what is it? It'd probably be myself if I actually have like you know those like type of people who cosplay and they have like giant masks.
Like Marshmallow.
I can imagine myself. Yeah, like that. I can imagine myself wearing my own OC as a giant head.
That'd be cool.
And then me like rocking some like glow in the dark blue and green hoodie on. Because at least then that would technically count as merch, but at the same time, like it's kind of unique in a sort of way.
Right. I know Marshmallow fooled like millions of people when he did that skit. When he got the award, and he had someone else, you know, go and get the reward for him. and he took off the helmet. But the people who actually, you know, watch him or listen to him for a living, they knew that wasn't him. They're like, no, that's one of his co-workers. And then Marshmallow, months later, after everyone was revealing, like, is this Marshmallow? Months later, he revealed, that wasn't me. It was a skit. I was like, do you not know how much clickbait he got from that? And it just increased his revenue by like 1,000%. I was like, and it's still one of the greatest skits on that reward show to this day, as far as like fooling people like who's behind the mask. Because people don't really know how Marshmallow looks. He hides his identity. Like how the Dream Team did. He hid it for a while, and then he finally revealed it.
And same thing with Daft Punk, except they retired.
Yeah, Daft Punk did that after retirement. Because, you know, they split. So, I was just like, oh my goodness. I was like, those greatest DJs of all time, I'm like, they must have went through a background. They must have went through like a backstory that made them hide their identity, which is sad. But also, they probably do it on purpose. Because if they go out in public, they can literally just show their normal face. And no one would suspect them as anyone else. But when they put on the mask, they're going to be like, oh, I know him. You know, it's a smart tactic. It is. I don't blame them for doing it.
That would be quite cool to hide your identity.
But it gets tough. It's really tough. Because I'm like, imagine they want to go to the cookout or like a McDonald's. They can't do that. I mean, they can, but they can't.
They can, but they're going to get paparazzi no matter where they go. Sign my mask! Sign it, please!
Like, literally, it's like their freedom is limited now. Because the media wants to see them. And I'm like, goodness, man, let them live their normal life. Like, don't get me wrong, they're normal human beings like us. They do the same thing we do. Like, don't get me wrong. If I saw one of my celebrity fans, I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. But I'm gonna let you continue your lifestyle. I met the voice actor for the original Resident Evil game of Chris.
I did see before.
He was real chill, and we actually connected. And then I told him like what I do for content, and he honestly admired that. He asked if I would if I want to be if I could be in his video. I said, heck yeah, you can be a part of the video. He's like, we'll do a little skit. I broke character, but long story short, he did a great job. Like obviously he's been doing it for years, but he was real cool. He was relaxed. That's what I'm saying. They're normal people, but I'm like, y'all gotta, the people that be trying to like practically worship him, I'm like, y'all chill. Like all they want to do is just say hello, how you been, talk a little bit, all right, goodbye. Bet you they want to go catch their plane so they can go see their family.
Yeah, I would not want that to happen to me though. If I got that famous, oh boy, I would just weave the internet completely.
Boy, I know there'll be a day when I'm there. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do or what I'm gonna say. I may have that fan who's just like, I need a hug from him. And then they run up and they give me a hug. I got two options. Do I freak out and do I get them off? Or do I turn into Michael Jackson? I humble them. I return the hug. And then I'm still continuing doing what I'm doing.
More start moonwalking.
Right. Because more than likely, I'm like, okay, I don't
hug, kid.
I'm like, I don't mind the hug, but like, hey, I also don't know what you're carrying. Like, is it a hug and it's gonna be a sneak attack, or is it just you just needed a hug desperately? I mean, I'm okay with hugs, but my God, like, warn me. Like, don't just. I'll be like, okay, hey, good to see you. You didn't give me time. Like, let's do that again.
You're like one of those people who are like, all right, I want to hug you. Quick selfie.
Right. Somebody just dropped the air selfie on me. I'm like, hold on, I didn't look right. Let's do it again.
It was like, hold on, one more time. First, let's take a selfie time.
I'm like, because if you take a photo of me, and if I was halfway looking at the camera, you're going to see one eye doing this, and then the other eye going to be doing that. And I don't want that image. Be like, they're going to be like, I took an image with Skylight, and then my eyes are doing this. I'll be like, what? And then I would just come and be like, why'd you post that one? We took 5 good ones. Why'd you pick that one?
Because I'm stupid.
And then everyone's going to put that. They're going to be like, oh, he doing the I'm stupid. I'll be like, oh, no.